So you are thinking of moving to the greater Phoenix area and you have no idea where to start. Well, in this video, we are going to give you step-by-step instructions how to move to the greater Phoenix area. Super easy, super simple, stress-free. What could be better? Don't go anywhere because we're going to get at it right now. Hey guys, Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to tap that little subscribe button and click that little bell so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. Look, we are getting dozens of calls every single day, and we love it. Look, if you're thinking about moving to Phoenix, and the only thing that you're doing right now is looking online for all the beautiful homes, and boy, do we have an amazing inventory right now. What a great time to buy, but you don't know what that next step is. Well, we're going to cover everything in detail here: when, where, why, how, and we'll even kind of talk a little bit about some hot spot areas. So what you need to do to start is pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get started right now. All right, guys, let's get right at it. I think it goes unsaid. The very first thing you want to do is give us a call. Shoot us a text, send us an email. Let me tell you, I will be the one responding. I will respond to your email, text, or phone call. And what we're going to do is we're going to schedule a Zoom call with you, a time that's convenient. Weekdays, weeknights, and weekends, we are available. We will include my entire team as well as my assistant that will be taking notes and our lender. We make this big team meeting so that we can answer all your questions. Look, a lot of buyers, they talk to other realtors and it's all about the realtor. The realtor saying, this is why I'm great and this is why you need to use me. It has nothing to do with us at this point at all. This is all about you. We want to hear what you need and want, what your time frame is, what your price point, what your motivation is, what your concerns are, what your needs are. Maybe you have some medical care or medical preferences that you need to be near a hospital. Maybe you have a specific school. Whatever it is, it's a very customized conversation with at least 5 professionals that are taking 45 minutes out of our day to get you the information that you need to get to the next step. So no charge, no cost, no obligation. That's going to be the first thing and the best thing that you probably have ever done. All right, let's go right to number 2. One of the participants in that meeting is going to be our lender. We use a wholesale lender. I'm not trying to tout them, but what I do need them on the call for is inevitably when you're talking about buying and selling real estate, we're talking numbers. So they can give us a lot more in-depth insight on what's going on in the mortgage world. Very important conversation. We can talk about interest rates, what's coming up, what's going on with the Fed, whatever it might be. And then that will actually get to our second step, and that would be that you will have a private one-on-one call with our lender. Even if you have gotten a consultation with the lender in the state that you're coming from, maybe you belong to Morgan Stanley or a credit union or wherever it is that you're going to be getting your loan, unless it's a cash deal. But let me tell you, most of those lenders, even if they're licensed in Arizona, they're not familiar with our property taxes or how HOA, or more importantly, how our contract works. There's no obligation to use our lender, but we want to make sure that we're getting you the up-to-date best information possible so that you have all the information you need to make this big transition to the greater Phoenix area. All right, we're going to go right to number 3. We're going to be scheduling a visit. So we would invite you out to the greater Phoenix area, and after that phone conversation, you're going to have a really good idea of what part of town you're looking at. You're going to have a good price point idea of where you're going to be looking based on, again, local information from our local lender. And we would highly recommend that you stay in a hotel your first visit. Now, we love short-term rentals, but I think for your very first visit, or at least for the visit to do this visit, being in a hotel, you're going to be in a proximity to gas stations and coffee shops and other different types of things, or there wouldn't be a hotel there, right? You're not kind of out in the burbs. But here's the mistake that most visitors make. They immediately go to Scottsdale. Well, let me say, if you're not buying in Scottsdale, don't stay in Scottsdale. Now, mind you, there are no hotels in Queen Creek, so we can work around that. Again, we'll give you recommendations on where you should stay so that you can optimize your visit, okay? And you are going to get a rental car. And what we're going to do is we're going to meet up with you. Myself personally and one of my buyer agents will be joining us. I love getting to meet you in person. And we, again, talk about what you're looking for. We, right on the spot, will put together a self-guided tour specifically for you, not some template or presentation and just handing it out. This is customized for you based on your price point, your likes, your dislikes, your time frame, what you like as far as your lifestyle. Let's say you love entertainment. So what we're also going to do is, while we're going to show you what homes are currently on the market in your price point so that you can get very deliberate to certain neighborhoods, as opposed to if you could just go online, Realtor.com, Zillow, whatever, you're only going to see the homes that are on the market. And to be honest with you, right now there's an abundance. So it's kind of like a crapshoot, right? You don't know, is this a good neighborhood or not? You may be in love with that house, but that might not be the right neighborhood for you. And right now, what we're trying to do for you is help you narrow down the neighborhood. Like, for instance, you may say, I love Scottsdale. I want to live in Scottsdale. Well, if you haven't seen my other videos, which click below, you can see the links that I have. I have a huge library of video of all over Scottsdale as well as the greater Phoenix area. But literally, there's like 5 different cities within the city of Scottsdale. And what I mean by that is we have 5 different major zip codes, and each one is completely different. So if you're not working with a team like us that specialize in relocation, you don't know where to go, you're going to be driving all over Scottsdale. And when you leave, you're not going to feel like you really mastered Scottsdale. Because let me tell you, it's a big city. So we will help narrow that down for you. Again, no matter what city it is, and we're going to put that self-guided tour together based on, again, your price point and your needs. Maybe you want an older home, a new home, a ranch style, which we also call single level. Maybe you're looking for townhouse. Maybe you're looking at high rise. Whatever it is, we're going to make sure you get out to the right areas, and you're going to have the best, what's the word I'm looking for? Results. You are going to collect so much information in that little tiny window because we've got you to the right neighborhoods. We're going to also include things like, again, entertainment, restaurants, shopping. Maybe Costco is important to you. Maybe Whole Foods is important to you. Maybe you want to be able to be near the trails. So you want to get to one of the mountains. How close is it really? Maybe healthcare. You want to be relatively close to employment. Whatever it is, we're going to custom tailor your self-guided tour. We're going to include some hotspots, parks, and shopping so that you get the most out of your visit. All right, on to number 4. Number 4, we are going to get your home ready to sell wherever you are living. Even if you don't use one of our channel partners, which if you do not have a realtor, we have channel partners all over the United States, and they all work in the same way that we do here. We have a very step-by-step process to eliminate snags, delays, problems, surprises. And when you're listing your home, you want to make sure you're using the right realtor. We all know that 2020 and 2021 were absolutely crazy. It was absolutely crazy, however you say that. Today, it can be more organized, and you can sell your home. You can come on out here, get in a short-term rental. We're going to get to that. And then you can actually do shopping for your new home while you're here. You don't have to do it virtually. Now, some people want to eliminate that middle part. They want to go straight from, let's just say, Virginia. We have someone moving here right now from Norfolk, Virginia. And so they wanted to move straight from their house there to here in Arizona. They bought their home virtually. That is still extremely possible and very doable. We've been doing that for years, of course, with our technology and videos. We will be glad to show you all the homes that you're interested in detail. Let me tell you, it's like we are with a magnifying glass, and we have helped execute virtual sales, literally over 100 people we helped move last year. So that can be done, but it no longer has to be done. We can kind of go back to the old days where you could sell your home, come on out here, and then actually drive around and see them for yourself. What a concept, right? So you want to get your home ready though from wherever you're coming from. Let me say the number one thing I would highly recommend is purge, 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 toss out stuff. First of all, you don't need 10 coats. You need maybe 2. You need one for cold, never gets cold here. You need one for cold, just in case you go to the mountains. And then you need like a lightweight jacket, like maybe when it's raining or it's windy or whatever. Like occasionally in the wintertime, I love posting it on my social media, which by the way, don't forget to look at the links below and also make comments. If we can do anything for you or answer any questions, other people can learn from your questions as well. Make your comments below. But I love in the wintertime when I actually wake up, take my dog for a walk, and it's not kidding, 27 degrees. I'm so excited. We celebrate. It doesn't happen very often, but there are mornings that are a little brisk. So you're going to need a lightweight coat, but you don't need all the different boots. You don't need all those winter flannel jackets. You don't need to bring any ice. Like you don't have to bring scrapers, you don't have to bring shovels. You can leave it for whoever is buying your home. You don't even need one of those John Deere sit-down lawnmowers. Everybody here has a landscaper, and landscaping is pretty expensive. I pay my landscaper $50 a visit, and he comes twice a week, and I do have grass. So if you have desert landscaping, you only need them once every 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks. Not kidding. All right, so you are going to purge, get rid of absolutely everything. And honestly, furniture too. You know, it's interesting how people think that they are really attached to a bedroom set or they're really attached to a dining room set. And then they bring it out here and then they buy this new home. And it's kind of, you know, everybody's going with the grays, the whites. Now we're back into the neutral colors, you know, the open area, very simple furniture. And they realize that old chair that they've had, maybe it's, you know, a hand-me-down, but they're like, I don't know why I brought it here. So don't bring what you don't need. You're going to definitely clean it out. All right. Once you have it purged, you're going to go to this website. I would highly recommend moving furniture and moving companies, in my opinion, is one of the scariest parts of moving. There are so many stories about furniture and belongings not arriving and being held hostage, and it is so darn expensive. I mean, if you hire like a professional, like if a company is paying for it and it costs you $15,000 to pack up a semi truck and move it on out here, and it's like we used Beacons. I was a corporate transfer at the time, but you know, if someone else is paying for it, why not? But if you're paying for the move yourself, I'm going to recommend that you go with one of the pod kind of concept. If you go to moving.com, super easy, moving.com, probably a $1 million domain name, right? Moving.com. You can go in there and you will put what zip code you're leaving and what zip code you're going to, how big of a home you're going to be moving, you know, whether it's a studio bedroom all the way up to, I think, 5 bedrooms, and then the date or the time frame that you're looking for. And they'll give you a quote. And what I would highly recommend is you get one of the pods. Now, I'm not like advertising for the pods company. That is just one of them. There's pods, there's U-Pack, there's quite a few now. Now you can have the pods dropped off and you can either pack yourself, or like me, there's no way I would be able to move my furniture. You have the pod delivered and then you just have a local mover that's moving things into your pods while you're watching, and you're making sure that things are handled correctly, etc., versus movers coming in, and it never fails that things break. Let me just say, even if you do this yourself, meaning getting a pod, you should hire professional movers to put the furniture part in the pods. And when I say professional, I don't mean the little guy down the road that has a truck that they bought used kind of a thing. It's a Tetris game, and a lot of that really, the way they pack them, it makes it very compact and very sound. You want to make sure everything is well blanketed and tied down, because I have seen some people try and make these jaunts themselves in large U-Haul trucks or whatever, and they think that they're saving money, and they are. Then when they pack it themselves thinking that everything's safe, because they didn't pack it tight enough or tie it down, there's too much movement, and when they get here, the things are broken anyway. So that really sucks. right? You made it through the purging cut, and then you get here and it's broken. That's even worse than bringing furniture that you don't need, because at least if it's not broken, you can sell it. We have a lot of resale stuff out here, by the way. So we have some great furniture stores, whether you want high-end or you want kind of middle of the road. But if possible, I would highly, highly recommend, just because the living is so different out here because of the heat, that you are going to just furnish your entire home when you get here. So just bring the basics. All right, let's get to number 6. And that is, now that your furniture is coming, you are coming. And here's where I would recommend, I think everybody is starting to use the word Airbnb, kind of like we all use Q-tip, right? So the cotton swabs now are called Q-tips, right? And Xerox is copy, like a copy of something. You just say I want a Xerox of something, right? So when I say Airbnb, or other people say Airbnb, we don't necessarily mean you have to go to Airbnb. There have been things called vacation rentals forever. I don't know about you, but I remember going to Hawaii and Mexico and renting homes for a month or longer. Now, Airbnb and Vrbo or whatever, and there's several more, and especially here, because we have always been a vacation destination. I just don't know that people realize that. Scottsdale has been a huge touristy spot forever, as long as I can remember. All the resorts and everything that are up there, oh yeah, it's just absolutely insane. I want to say Arizona had over $30 billion in tourism revenue the year prior to COVID. And of course it went down, but it's building back up. Like, it's insane amount. So the point that I'm trying to make is, even if you use Airbnb, they have monthly rentals. And if you use VRBO, or if you just type in vacation rental. So here's the 2 tips I'm going to give you. Number 1, stay in the area that you're looking to buy. I know you're going to be tempted to go to the touristy areas, but you want to live in the neighborhood where you might be living. Now, you haven't yet bought a home, and this will give you a good idea of where and what it's going to be like morning traffic, or what's the coffee shop like. I'm not kidding you. There's a couple coffee shops, because of its scarcity in this certain part of town, that every time I go in there, you can't find a chair, and it pisses me off. So if the stuff is that is important to you, or how about a donuts? You want to get, or how about healthy places, healthy restaurants, or you want to be near a park or whatever. You're going to learn, once you're living here, where you really like to call home. So live within that community. And here's what I was going to say is, even if you don't do monthly rentals, because my recommendation is the very first, when you first get here, to do a 45-day rental, and you can negotiate a reduced rate. People don't realize that. Look, we have over 5,000 short-term rentals in the greater Phoenix area right now. Over 5,000. Do you think they're all rented? No. And there is 1 or 2 smart property owners that are going to negotiate a rate to have it booked for 45 days versus letting it sit and hope that they get the top rate for, think about it, that's more normally 4 or 5 different visitors. So be smart. You can save a lot of money. There was a visitor that didn't take our advice and booked on Airbnb, just did their normal rate, a moderate home in the city of Chandler. It shouldn't be that high, and it's July. So the property owner, the seller, whoever would have, I'm sure, been ecstatic to book a 30, 45-day rental at a reduced rate. And they just went and booked it online and paid $5,500. That's $5,500 for a vacation rental. No, don't do it. So if you need help at that step, by then we will have talked many times. We would have stayed in contact. We're going to be sending you all kinds of information so that when you are ready to hit the ground here, you're going to be set up for success. So work with us. We'll help you get in the right spot in a short-term, longer-term rental. That's kind of oxymoron, right? So you're going to use the short-term rentals, but not by weekends. Does that make sense? I think it does. All right. And the last thing, this always kind of sneaks up on people because you don't think about it. If you use a specific bank, a small local bank, or if you use a credit union, and let's just say you sold your home and you put all that money, all the net proceeds into that account, and then you come out here to Arizona and you need to access I don't know, $20,000 for an earnest deposit or something, and then you realize you don't have direct access to your bank. Ouch! And let me tell you, it really counts when you're going to close and you need to wire your final funds, which might be in excess of $50 or $100,000. It's not that easy to just go and get a wire from a bank that doesn't exist here. I'm telling you, it's a nightmare. So you're going to want to make sure, and I can't reiterate this enough, because credit unions, like let's just say you live in No Name USA and it's called No Name Credit Union, and they say, oh yeah, we have affiliates everywhere, and you're like, well, I'm moving to Phoenix. Oh yeah, everywhere. And then I'm telling you, the buyers come out here and they find that that's not the case, or it's limited banking services. So you're going to want to use a national bank. So just to make it easier, you can pick whichever one you want. I don't have a favorite, but I would highly recommend. It makes your life so much easier. They don't all have branch walk-ins, but if you need one, you're going to be able to find one in the greater Phoenix area, and it's going to just make your life a whole lot easier. All right, guys, so there you go. Top 7 how to move to Phoenix, Arizona in the easiest, simplest, least amount of stress way. But everybody has a personal journey. Everyone is different. So you're going to need to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot me a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see, every little detail will be taken care of by me and my team. You just got to give us a call. All right, guys, until next time, have a great summer, and we hope to see you super soon. Bye.